been fit say we don't go.
We don't come back.
You been fit say we not they come.
This we not pirate them. We just they sing them. We don't not to copyright. We don't come back.
You been fit say we don't go.
We don't come back.
You fit say we not they can't again.
We don't go take more stand.
Anyway, now 9 o'clock. But today, this not on 9 o'clock. It's not easy for work for we country, not easy. For find things and put them together, all things for let them look unique. It's not easy. It's really not easy. I get for take time. For let we able forget waiting we want forget. But anyway, thank God we don't reach out so today back. Plenty thing there for you. Hey, me the drama the way they happen self right time. Me I don't understand. If na drama on a play.
Na rama.
On a comedy, on a funny thing.
na rama.
Okay. Well, I think say something in the way we need for look inside plenty one. Big fire do happen yesterday inside one town where they call Yeliboya, na northwest of Uyard. And we as well get the chief minister where the Africanist press don't samba, as they say, it don't spend billions of leons for arrange some kind of meeting for the caretaker, spend money on per diem and travel, all of them things and they. But the question where I go ask more bits, maybe only caretaker, some of them program they know you can go, they not can invite and pay, they can go pay for it, they put and they. And not to that no more. We as well get the government we don't come out and defend the chief minister, say he do the right thing them for able for go through the thing them. But what happen that no go area the mommy in talk. What make nobody able for defend the mommy right now?
Is that in a mumu club you don't know?
They go defend all mama, they no go defend the mommy. What happen? Okay, let's ask and quick.
Pass smack no good. Pass smack no good. They make all my games.
The mommy guilty or not guilty? Anyway, SL mining, yeah? SL mining. What did they say happen to SL mining we government?
Now Sansan battle. It look like say the new direction, don't miss direction by SL mining no be brother. Sansan battle.
But I like the big man talk way. The big man talk the way the director general for the Mines and Mineral Agency been the talk. We will come to that. Let me see.
Not so big. Not use the word big man talk. Say about them.
Well,
why you left for a bit around the bush?
No, sometimes they you know say Bobo self can try for talk like big man. So now the big man talk then. We go as well look at the one thing we happen na how they call it?
Cottage hospital.
What have na cottage? Who say then they do born picking business? What are no they? For even how you call that thing? What's the theater? Na packet water pass then go buy packet water. Caretaker I been promise you. But anyway, when they come to all of them things, they are so boku one for you today, yeah? What are your responsibility now? Tell me what you think about the issues there so inside the program today. And then please don't forget for hit for with the like button, yeah? And then you share this program, yeah? Whatever platform where you watch with from right now. Okay. So let's go. So we go.
Well, I think today we begin the first program for Una today, the people who they bring come to Una. I believe say most of we don't hear about the trouble we don't for don't inside Guinea, but this trouble I think we say we don't taste Afro farm. When I no other trouble, the Ebola sick. When we don't go to plenty
no,
people.
Wait. You mean Corona?
Ebola.
Okay.
Ebola.
You mean that one been come first?
That first one.
APC they own?
The red one.
Yes.
Well, the people now waiting at it because some of them not hear it. Now this sick don't for na Guinea, we now we neighboring country, and we know say where Guinea salone they drunk. So this now the problem right now. Where we dey fear at least make we try make this wahala no enter again our country, my brother, until all be no Aliu help me. Okay,
this let we just see how serious we are take this particular thing. Let me listen to the Ministry of Health and talk man quick while they come back just now.
And that make when we sister country Guinea alert we on this the President INSSSF instruct that we go into action right away. We meet now the EOC and we don't activate the incident command system to a level 2. We're not the second highest in any command system. Even we will not get a case yet because some countries then they at level at steady state, but we don't go on to level 2. So that they show the seriousness of it. Okay. And as I talk so right now, we don't deploy with Team SAME now 8 of the districts that we border with Guinea and Liberia, and we don't activate all the pillars them, and we did in readiness for actually preventing importation of the virus in Salone. Okay,
now you just talk about the emergency action where the government don't activate we na system to level 2. These are some of the modality where it comes to this level 2 where we don't activate.
We no want for make we get a repeat of what happened, 2014. That make we not only don't they secure, we borders them and for do active, we item with surveillance and all, but we also Sierra Leone, Liberia and Ivory Coast, we don't decide for work with Guinea directly for stop the outbreak in Guinea, let not spill to any of the country.
So this one surveillance way on don't activate. On know exactly the south side is Ebola outbreak there in Guinea.
Yes, exactly. We know exactly who side there. We get the map and the location who side then case here na Guinea. Close to Liberia, a close also to Ivory Coast and even close to some parts of Sierra Leone through the Canal district.
Okay, so na the same particular location inside the first Ebola outbreak na Guinea come out?
Yes, na almost the same location where even come out. So what we do right now, we now want make a salone, so we even do everything, put things in place for prevent the importation, as I say. We don't activate all the systems in place, laboratory, surveillance, case management.
So during the Ebola time in the country, we get different Ebola centers then. So just in case of emergency, then center they are still there, or it don't turn to COVID center there now?
We not get case, but as a preparedness measure, we don't identify that. When you activate the case management pillar, get what we call a rapid deployment unit, we within 24 hours we can able for set them up, for move them to any side. And we no one go into it we go through 2014. And we use this opportunity for talk to all Sierra Leoneans and anybody really inside this country for even avoid fake news. Even now, a lot of people don't begin they doubt whether na true say it did Guinea or not. And Ebola, as opposed to Corona, it can very, very serious. So make we not even joke with them. We want for cooperate, make everybody cooperate so that we not go make a kind of salon in any way.
Okay, now we know say during the Ebola time, we see Commerce College of Medicine, they almost developed a vaccine for help fight the Ebola. So now with this kind of health emergency, we don't begin at Guinea. We want for them vaccine and they still there, or if the ministry go plan for use them.
Yes, of course. Even Guinea right now, then very soon, then they deploy what you call the Ebola candidate vaccines in Guinea for do ring vaccination around the area. I make her say I will be happening 2014 is quite different. And the vaccine not been there, other structures have not been there in place. But Guinea said don't plan for that. Even we in Salone, even when happening in Salone, we don't apply to WHO for get all anything in readiness in case we not pay for any case. But in case we get anyone, we'll be able to do waiting we will take for make enough spread. We expect we can get a resurgence from any time. So we're not surprised. That make we always put things in place. All we can do is for make the widespread like I be happening 2014 for support Guinea and for also prevent we own country and put things in place in case anything happens.
Yes. And that too, na the message jande corona or Ebola. Which one?
Well, and see everybody don't hear it. It's not to me and you no more. Now, according to this talk, Maweti in can talk, he already don't tell we say inside we had and worst past corona. Yeah. Other thing is internationally, corona it worst past Ebola. But when it comes to we had Ebola, it worst past corona because we don't taste the bitterness of them. We don't see how it display na we had. But the question here is if they can rate them this way. So now to say corona now we had right now.
Well, what do you mean? Yeah, you know, when you talk with me, say concern for I say, as opposed to corona, Ebola in danger.
What about corona?
Well, corona, we able to handle corona inside we had. We able to handle them.
How you feel say we able to handle corona when it don't knock down half the wall?
Because inside we had we get a speciality for fight corona past Ebola.
So Aliu, you make a suspect now. Under this corona talk. Because this same corona talk, una mama be don't come and talk say we corona free, whilst other people then sit down, na then corona country there. So if other person don't come back today, don't can emphasize on Ebola. Say a very danger now we had, and we know how serious corona is. So what about Ebola right now? Whether they lock people there for, whether they lock district or district for, whether they deprive people, whether they beat people there for, whether they force people there for buy face mask.
Just in the bottom line now, corona, Ebola danger past corona, period. Low left down the mommy say the past say corona and Ebola in danger too. We get experience. But no more now. That question the way you ask, so not to me go answer. I no can put brain na me mouth sabik.
Well, you already don't begin answer.
No,
anyway.
Then go answer for you down at the comment section. But anyway, I think one other thing be happen over yesterday, Monday, something else be happen inside one town we then call Yeliboya. Yeliboya de na the northwest of Wiyad, northwest of Wiyad. This na one small town, na a fishing community where been done they get some kind of challenge with regards, you know, because na sandy side and they na like the beach side fishing community. So when them build one house, water can come back and destroy the other one and other things, and then get serious challenge at the side and they. I think inside that place they the finest building where they in that particular place they na the chief in place. But we find out say yesterday 5 a.m. in the morning we begin see video they go round. Waiting at this video, then say fire incident. Not funny.
Well, I think before they jump into the proper one, play the video for people, make themselves see for themselves.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Me where they give this report today, I'm named Abdullah Ebangrua, normally called Mr. Immaculate Didakis. This incident on the Siso, this fire burning incident will take place na Yeliboya Island this morning, the 15th of February 2021. This incident take place today about 5 o'clock a.m. early in the morning. As now you see the old bomb come beside the above, now this island everything done burn. About 150 houses there done burn, including the shops there and the mobiles there. Plenty machines, plenty millions of shops there, plenty cash. Obviously they all belongs to them various houses there. Right now everything don't go in vain. All the people there who get this incident here, now all hush. Now all hush. We don't know why make God do so. this, as una dey see, up to now the fire just dey blaze because of the island. We no get the accessibility of fire force. If na fire force na im for don dey so, or motorcar for don enter na the island, we for don do better thing. Maybe sometimes we for don minimize the losses, the burning issue, but right now we will not get the access of fire force because of the island. We no know the actual way which side the fire go start or which side the fire go begin. As una dey follow up this story, we dey give una the right source of this story today. This incident take place on the 15th February 2021 at 5 o'clock a.m. this morning. People in the fed for go na mosques. Yeah, plenty of money dey all long go. Then we get a suspect case about a pikin wey dem say dem dey inside the way dey all long born, but that case dey na a suspect case because dem dey shout for pikin up to now. We no able see dem pikin dem dey it. Some of dem people dem say the pikin dem be dey inside. Then the fire take place. You no even know the way of the pikin. As me wey dey give this report, my name na Abdullah Ebola, normally called Didakis. Stay blessed and God bless. We always dey give you the right information about this incident wey take place today, the 15th of February 2021, about 5 o'clock a.m. this morning. We already for put hand together for make we try for make we halt this fire, more cool down this situation. As una dey see now, the youth man dey all be vibrant. The youth man dey all don come together, put all hands together for make them come one in one, for make them try for make them halt this fire. But up to now, then due to the weather back, we dey get every breeze situation. Now that's the make up to now. Youth man they don try so hard, but they're not able up to now. Millions of money don't go, machines they don't go, shops they don't go, houses they don't go. Then we get a suspect case about a pikin and back way up to now they no see the it. God bless Yeliboya, God bless Salone. We always there for giving the right information about this island. Stay blessed and God bless. Me where they pass this information, me na Abdullah Adikali Bangura, normally called Immaculate Didakis. God bless.
The people in that too, this na it happen inside Yeliboya, where na a shipping community. But the problem now, where they worry me most, because as we all know, when accidents don't happen, it don't happen. Now just prayer for the people who lost their property, may God give them other way for replace them back. But the most news where bug me now this particular incident, now the one where this reporter tell we say, then get suspect that picking them they inside this fire where they no able give an account for it. I think say this now the major one right now where we all need for put hands together for investigate how it don't go and how it happen inside Yeliboya right now. Ali, I don't know what you get over this Yeliboya issue.
One for tell plenty thank you to this person where one commentary, really do am like a professional. He give it time, he give it dates, So anytime now a person see this kind of video, he listen to it, say, oh, this it just happened, or this it don't happen long time ago. It not like certain people they can just come, hey, this not Justin, you see him, they make. On this they don't do them, on this they don't do them. Who stand and do them to you? What thing happen? You need to put all of them things in there. The most important things them, you where they take your camera, your phone for video certain things them. You get to know, say you pass information to people. So tell them about the date. Who say happen? Who say it happen? And waiting at the thing. And some people again get the habit, they just they go there put phone so. Then video, then they send them. They say they don't send them for pass. Whose information we pass? Pass no information. So we want to tell us to the people them we experience this kind of thing. We tell the us and we pray that let God make them because this kind of community not to the fire business now the first time this, but we find out say water business since na waterfront area, water business can always be a problem for them. You understand? Sometimes there's the bill there also go on. You go see back all that thing come up. Sometimes water can broke this particular house and all of these things. Like I tell you, the finest building at that place there, now the chief in building in house. So we just hope say God will make it easy for them. But especially when they would have lost money now.
Well, the people in this night happen inside Yeliboya. So as many brother they pray, let we all act for pray for them people there. At least then they able get people them where they come help them or the things them where they don't lose. And let we get a clear information about the people where they say they suspect see then they inside this fire. Well, not so this no more done for today's program. As we tell you now, we get plenty things them inside the basket today. But with the begin up, we can't done. You say we get things the way they done, we will now get heavy interest over. So, my brother, now I think we dey jump on another incident. When a big incident where they affect we right now we had. But as it dey go, then go hide them. But through the social media and other platform them, nothing on the app right now inside we had where we not able know, sorry. As we all be know, we been get case with the SL mining inside we had, but it look like say this case don't turn chuka for we, meaning that to us so get tight belts. Battle. And as I tell you now, the people the case will be get weak. The SL mining. Say, we don't have to, my brother. But all the months will make inside we had. This case will not lose an accord. As I talk to you.
According to the Director General for the Mines and Mineral Agency, say we no lost this case. In fact, get everything and call arbitration and all. Basically, they talk about arbitration. Again for the young person, again for the young person. Basically, when they talk about arbitration, now also when they go for settle palaver. You know, if you now to get issue, well, with man can say dispute. When to get issue, you go to this court and say, okay, we want for settle this particular thing. Let we see what thing they happen. So basically, they can say out of court settlement in some case. But this one now, then say the courts of UK, you know, pass this kind of. But don't listen to the Director General. He says FACB, they talk about this thing. As the journalists when they ask him, say, they need to apologize to SL Mining because they take the wrong decision. Well, all they are waiting at the reply.
It's really interesting that you say we have to say sorry, for which I really, if I owe any apology to anybody, I think it's the people of Sierra Leone. Maybe because we've not articulated the issue correctly to them yet, why we are still tenaciously fighting this issue, and which I believe where I sit, a state promise all the people of Sierra Leone. The actual arbitration starts on the 1st of March, just 2 weeks away. And again, read my lips, I say this, we'll come up victorious. And I do believe, even maybe before that, SL Mining will ask for us to meet and settle, which they've been doing. I can tell the entire public here that just 3 weeks ago, their lawyers wrote to our lawyers, General Block in the UK, asking for us to meet and negotiate and settle, to which our lawyers asked them to put a proposal forward. Then they came back just a week ago that no, the government needs to make a proposal. You see that ruling that came out yesterday, I'm not surprised at anything.
Why?
The reason being, I participated in the proceedings. I have to bring it to the attention of the nation, which I'll come to again, the reason, the merits of our case and why we're fighting it. But I want to bring it to everybody's attention that it was SL Mining that actually took us to arbitration in 2019. Now, we as a country, and again, I as a Director General, I have the responsibility to ensure I promote the development of this sector. We've been working with the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources, as well as the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, to ensure we defend this country. Just like if somebody actually invades Sierra Leone today, we have an obligation to stand up and fight, for our country. Despite all the rumors on the soundbite, the only sitting that has taken place prior to that ruling yesterday was in January 2020. I was in London. I was a key witness. Again, it was to discuss these jurisdictional issues. Now, let me make it clear. There's a clause in the mining lease agreement, clause 6.9, which I've always said. Yesterday, again, I was on radio when I mentioned that the reason why the mining sector has not really worked is because of this mining lease agreement. But I will leave that for another discussion. I'll come back probably to that later. When we actually suspended SL mining on the 3rd of July, because of breaches, they were not actually complying with our regulations as well as our laws. So whilst we are still using our regulatory powers, we told them, look, this was supposed to expire by the 23rd of July. Just comply and do the breach, rectify, take corrective measures. They didn't. And we have the power again to suspend them for another 21 days, which we thought, okay, in good faith, let them go back to work, operations, but they should not export the ore, which
Could
was
you just
already
make
there.
clear what the breaches were? What did they breach?
They were not submitting their reports. You have obligations under the Mines and Minerals Act, Section 115 tells you clearly what your obligations are as a large-scale mining company. They were already defaulting some fines and penalties, which they were not doing. They were not, by then they've already started shipping the mid-3 shipments. We met on the 29th of May. Before you ship out of this country, there are certain documents you have to provide. The provisional invoice, your contract with your off-taker, to whom you are selling, how much you are selling it for, your laboratory analysis to tell us about the quality of the ore you are taking out. You also have to give us documents so that it allows us to tentatively assess your liabilities in terms of royalty. So we normally go into what we call advanced pricing agreement, which allows us, because iron ore prices change by the day, so we have to agree at a particular period in time how much that iron ore is being sold for, because it's a spot price. And then, because you normally pay your royalties 45 days later, so the time when actually you export and the time when the sales is fully completed are two different things. So these were some of the things. They were not doing it at all.
Well, now this one I don't can tell back me people them. Well, now as things they go, we not able to know waiting at the facts, because in don't come and use big term where me not able to service self how for begin the final arbitration, meaning then they go so say way not to judgment and pass according to them. But the thing now, the information where they go around and waiting where they see, as I tell additional say now things they not they hide, because we really know when it comes defend, when it comes to propaganda, this particular government then come number one. When it comes combating them, when they up, when they know they want, let me and you hear, or let me and you know, this government it can number one. When it comes drive over shame, but issues them, this government can number one. As this thing they go now, where we don't get understanding, say the SL mining don't win. We, the people of Sierra Leone, plus the people who put before government business, na court. Not to say we're glad they will, because as we talk now we get for suffer. Now me and you where they pay tax, now we get for suffer because now taxpayers' money now in get for go in case of any penalty where people they get for pay. But the problem now in this, they still get for come, they know they can't tell with the two, then they come and lie Paris, use big terms them, say they not lost this case, and this thing not get for hide. Aliu, I don't know what thing now you takes towards this particular issue.
Those who voted for him must now now realize that the caretaker they voted for has from this country paralyzed. The one way vote for change right now, then we don't know say yes. The caretaker we then vote for don't turn this country paralyzed.
I tell you.
Okay. And I don't know more. Some of them think they are certain ten and they fine for look at we lost them, yes, true. Because sometimes they lost there, so the how they can don't make a work. But it not necessarily means that because not so you do this thing means that you for cancel or you begin get punishment. But again, I don't know if not true. According to the director general, he say because of this company not being the report and not they give other things, then that make them be punished, then they suspend them first. Then they expect say the company for comply to the punishment. But the company say they're a big man. You know, sometimes in the back look at this other way. Some of them come here, so they can't matter what they prayed for them, they can't best pray what they prayed for them. They make them the disadvantage per way. You understand? And all this boils down to one point. Say some of we big one the way we get. because then can always they go label to the one they are back. They make them come in there so they get the moth or the zeal for say, without we, you know, they survive. You understand what I'm trying for say? Because I not see any reason where if they say you not comply to what you supposed for do, you responsibility, you not do, then punish you for that, you won't go na court. Something happen. If you listen to the Director General, he say some side way they talk about corruption and all of the things. Now the thing is what they talk about. Because I don't see any reason why SL mining, if not punish them or not punish them because of them not do the right thing, why them for go now how them call it na court. But anyway, now only enough now I know waiting the inside arms. That's all. So let's take it easy. One fine day, we must know waiting. Now that thing where we no can see. We must see one day. Would that be no say we see certain things there right now?
Well, as me just tell you, the quality where this particular government gets, now I don't tell you so. All the things they want to measure, now that quality then get. But the truth will be prevail. This time, nothing no the hide power. As long as social media and other platforms then they inside we had this not it and that.
Okay, so that's how they drop now.
Well, as we tell you now, we get them. Then they come one by one. Now, another big one, they happen inside we had. But this particular one, I believe say, we can't take it right now. During the time where he been want this power, he been come and talk small thing concerning this particular thing where they happen. Yeah? Now, we dey feel pain, we dey cry, we dey suffer inside we had. And the place where this thing dey happen, if I call the una no go expect that. Because na place where life supposed to save. Na place where we feel say if happen to we go to that particular place there, na they we dey able get rescue. And na place where we picking them, where we dey born, na they then they go put them down. As I dey talk, now we get big problem inside Cottage Hospital concerning water business. Caretaker been come and talk plenty talk them concerning this same water business now we had. But before they go inside the better one, we get a video we'll go play for now, not to understand the angle where they come from.
Plenty telling the if person send to me something, you know, na WhatsApp or so, I can doubt whether this thing na real something, not to fake, not to doctor because plenty people now get this system where then they go screenshot something na Twitter, then put web all the writing, then they write the own day. So in most cases, I can want to know if this thing are true. So somebody sent for me a Twitter account where then they talk about Cottage Hospital, then say water no dey, and even the theater na packet water then they buy. So this make atonement, and I go straight na Twitter and go search for the person we then send. Well, let we see now. At the search now and the search for Jackson Cole. Cole. Okay, look and don't come right here. You see this na Jackson Cole in Twitter account. Now let we see what in Jackson Cole say. He say, why are we preaching fetal maternal morbidity and mortality? This is unacceptable. You see, wait till they try for talk. I continue for good on. It say, no water for major maternal referral center in Sierra Leone. 1 year ago, it was the same struggle. I left things smoldering. I am back and still same issue. What are we doing? This is stupid. Let me continue. It say PCMH day 4, I think at the trailway they do, no water. Okay, let we continue. One side where it continue for right here, as scroll can down na in page, let we see what it say na ya. It say, not the first one where they up so you see, let we can down and see what in a right na ya so. 1 day ago from today we are the watch in Twitter page today na Tuesday then na Monday yesterday night post time. It said this whole fetal maternal mortality scenario, if we do not deal with the simple things as water availability, what's the point? Now Ebola looms the border, no water. Just across the road from PCMH, we have water, but the hospital itself doesn't. Let me continue, go down. Day 1 had a PV bleeding. The only speculum in use at the OPD was so disgusting to look at that I refused to use it on the poor unsuspecting lady. Day 5, no water at PCMH. Packet water being used to scrub in theater. Yes, packet water. God help us. So you see, this now basically the things them we talk about. So and that too. And that and this kind of situation now we face right now. Not for the first 10 days. We don't see say even with generator, lights they go. Woman in a theater, lights go. Something left happen. We don't mean that kind of thing there to you one time. We were woman they call the Minister of Energy, then they talk about this particular issue. So if water self shorting, I think saying at the same family. But I think saying just carelessness in the side of the hospital management and the Guma Valley Water Company. Why I say so? Now, if this woman say water they over the treat, yes, not true. Because if you look at society and get cash on macre in house, na cottage day, right? Pound and Street Junction, then side and they right in front of cottage. Water they all of them side and they. You understand? So it means say the pipe don't dirty. All waiting they need for do now for unearth they dig the pipe back, you know, clean them or you change them. Then water they flow. So if you watch inside we yard, plenty side and they where water no they go, not because of water not able for go there or the water not able for pump the pressure. Not because of most of the pipe they don't dirty. We lack the system of maintenance inside we yard. Guma Valley no care. Guma Valley, if you get problems, if you see you call them, pass you give them money, you buy your own pipe for yourself. They're not able for handle water business inside we yard at all. Because I think it's not the responsibility. If pipe boss, then call you say pipe down boss, no can say una need for buy pipe. Who do they buy them? Will they pay water rate? Why would they pay water rate now? They're not able for handle them. So this not the thing. This not utility facilities them, yeah? Water, lights. Very important, very, very important, especially for them side and day. Now, the sanitary part of everything at that hospital there, if you watch, now woman then they go there for go born picking. Yeah, so they need water at all time. Look at waiting the woman they talk, this doctor they talk. Then they buy packet water. Yes, he say if you surprise, packet water now then they buy for clean the theater. Oh God, caretaker. You been promised with sir. What thing they happen?
My people are not laugh because of what it happened. Laugh because are you called caretaker? You remember say caretaker talk one word very shortly. Meeting where he go all say make people enjoy jam by waiting talk inside a manifesto. Not to say they say. Remember? Well now begin look inside this manifesto. This water business. Caretaker. Now, one of the things that we caretaker use for campaign inside we had say where income it can fix all that there, make them be normal because our facilities them where we the people of we had forget. But for make the people know where to they talk, make we play a video who say caretaker they talk better one. Say where it take power, it they make water business, food business be simple for we inside we had. When they come back.
The situation in this country is miserable. Even in the city here, Freetown, our kids have to wake up early in the morning and go and break pipes to get water. We've heard a lot about infrastructural development. I believe that water, the provision of pipe-borne water, is part of critical infrastructure development. I would have preferred water, which is life, to have been provided by this government. Instead of parading and saying they've done a 5-kilometer road for $20 million, water is life. And there is acute shortage of potable water in this country. In the city itself, talk less about the towns out of Freetown. It is even miserable. And there is a link between water and sanitation. So a lot of the diseases that we are encountering and combating are actually from the type of water our people are using. I believe that water is life, and therefore, if we have to invest in infrastructure, water should come first. But there has been a critical shortage of water in the city and other towns around the country. I think that is criminal neglect.
Well, now this caretaker become a talk inside 2018 presidential debate. But the things the way caretaker talk, it they in place, let's reflect them. Because if you say APC can put plenty money for make roads them, well, that's not bad. Now this we always they say, government supposed to be continuity. If APC don't can make road them, you self can talk about water, say water alive. The way how we school picking them and other people that they grab early morning for go get water na street, you not tell well, and you self not be they feel good. And then you come and tell we say, make we judge you inside your manifesto. Ali, I don't think say this we need for wait again 2023. Caretaker, we need for begin Georgia now. The things they are all the way in measure inside a manifesto. Well, this now one now cottage. Even when somebody go use toilet, may people them pass it go to what packet water. If somebody born for me then go see water, pass them go buy bundle water. But now all the things here, this we papa when I caretaker bill, now they even talk. We make we ask them calm down. We vote for him. We voted him for change. Now we don't put her inside. But the things they always measure, me brother, me, I'm not able to see that too. Because this now the worst thing we will not supposed to suffer for when our water, as intel we say, water na life. Can you imagine somebody they born a hospital, they need water for drink. If you not get that money for go buy bundle, somebody for go use toilet. If you not able to afford that money for go buy packet water, how it go look like?
Those who voted for him must have now realized that the caretaker they voted for has turned this country paralyzed.
Exactly.
Hey, for talk, for do now, two different things, my brother. When you know waiting at the system, then you just gap, you can't begin talk. Forget to be the record. Now they use them thing they added, they tell we say we na APC. Thank God we na citizens still. You know, I know they laugh because of the issue, but I they laugh because the power of incest but it deceive we. They try but it deceive we. The basic things that we feel say for don't handle when I be don't talk. Look, I say for let not provide water for the people, na criminal neglect. I mean, say, you neglect them, na criminal, na crime. Yeah. But it turned out for say, in the same thing. Okay, you laugh kinder for smell. Place all on smell. Not funny, oh, brother.
It's really painful. It's really painful. Inside we had. For make somebody just come overnight, he promise una say, una give we this yard. Make a big caretaker. He give it bomb, promise them. And then we self-willing, we take. But I can remember, Aliu, inside this 2018 presidential debate, sometimes politicians, they want and they talk to. Dr. Matthew Wilson, Kamara or Samura Kamara, I think his name, if I mistake. He used words them where that particular side, I think, to me, ABC say talk the truth. When caretaker be the talk, he use words they say, when somebody will not know how to manage a county, they come and give certain promise them. He not just know how he get for look like. And in major say, it's not easy for rule a country. So when you campaign for being a president, now any country, you get for no waiting you dey talk. Because for rule a country, not turn like for be landlord house. So I feel say Samura, if you talk certain things them, will be very good for me. Now, caretaker, if you don't tell me you own them, quick, free education, school feeding, they give picking them bag, they give them books, they give we water, they make food business, they see police how we had. As caretaker, take now. Now we get the worst of life. We don't ever see what they see so right now we had. You can't talk, oh, then they go lock you. Food, oh, no problem. Young man, they say for they buy cookery na morning. Because when they say buy cookery, get job inside, they go get you 5,000-10,000 for go meet Sahebu na money. Let him buy one plate cookery. Job facility, oh, no problem. Youth then they suffer. Now the attack base then they full up pass any side where Asabi inside we had. So we don't know psychiatric they go to we. When you check in promises them, which waiting the up right now we had. I don't know, my brother.
You get for no, you really get for no. You really get for no because this tier, it's like say it really don't camp and cam. Really don't camp and cam. But anyway, we've been just one up more small bit on that issue day. Let we see waiting. They go on inside we had with regards to water business, especially now that area day. Usai people them they go for go born picking. Woman them they go for go born picking. Usai where they go and say, alhamdulillah, Papa God thank you. You know, and say things don't happen for we the way I will be one time. Where plenty people they glad they say yes, this not the kind of thing where we they look for. This not the kind of thing where we really want for let it happen inside we yard. As we don't get joy. We don't get joy today, but yeah. It's not easy. It really not easy. Justin, really not easy. But anyway, let the move no small.
Well, I think I go like for let you present this particular one because I want take stance for can address this particular issue inside we had today. But this particular one will happen inside this particular one where you supposed for give people them.
Well, the only thing I feel say before do now, let me listen first to Mr. 1%. Yeah, but they come back just now.
So we again for support the chief minister, for support the president, because the president said we for change and transform this country. We don't tire for being poor people then. We don't tire for being underdeveloped. Lag all for town so. The money where they give to the people then, and they put it in their pocket, and they forget the ordinary people then. But this chief minister not do that at all. They not will ever do that, and the one way they work with them, make the mistake, and they go after them. And if the imam when they come to me for tell me say go pull up and instead of the father, the priest when they come when they tell me say me not priest, that person don't corrupt, pull up because you know me family. No, I don't do that at all. We for change this country. This country are too rich and powerful. We for change this country. So this now we say I want to tell you now because this is my own place. I get license for talk. I know we go talk to any other place because they don't understand me at all now. But yeah, I go say the truth. I want to make we work together. I want to make we change this country. But I want to make we start na lago first. Now tell me what I want to do. Free education don't count for all who are picking them. But now the responsibility for make sure say make una pikin them go school. The free education, as the president don't say in the starting September, una know they pay school fees. We try to get uniform for them. We try to get textbooks for them. But also when they go to school, they go eat something. But all that will only possible if we now make sure say we are picking and go to school. They like today, me a professor. They like today, me a chief minister. I want to make una picking and be professor, chief minister, and one day president of this country. So now the responsibility for make sure say we are picking and go to school so that they will benefit from free education. But as the president don't say not to everything will start together in September. We get to make it gradually so that everybody will benefit, not only in Alago, Nongoa, Penima district, but the whole country itself. The other thing we will do, if we advance straight, we'll start with the roads then. This road is too bad. The next time while they come, I want to make sure see the road on greater. We want to make sure see this road that they don't make them fine, they don't tire. Because from all the time we made it go, grow up, this road is a saving time. This is a new direction, new generation, new government. Rather than they talk about delivery. So we got to make sure say we start with this road here for one course. But we get to work with people that wouldn't get interest for transform Lago. For the first time when we do road, please make sure if they give 100 million loans, if it's possible, use 99% of that for the road. Many people then see say you don't do the road. That 1% you put on a pocket, not a bad thing. But if you take 99% and put on a pocket, when they come after you. Because we want to see the road for the people there, not for you. So what I want to say, not just for putting roads there. We don't begin to talk to people that wouldn't help you from to get lights on the road. Lights the road. You can put the road where you need to put lights in. So we don't need to negotiate with some people that can bring solar lights on the street and Lago. So that Lago for once gets a good road, you get lights, we'll go all work out in the evening, we'll know where they go. The young people are very important in Lago. We know say the mining sector not do well. So we want to make sure say the young people them, the young man them and the young woman them, come up to give them job, come and get job, so that we wait for develop themselves and develop their family. So we want to start with the WGPE women them. The WGPE women them. We want to make sure say because they don't form an enterprise. We want to make sure say we empower them so that they will get microcredit facility so that their business will go before. Because we know say when women they know better, when you support women them, you support the economy, you support the begin them, you support the family, you support the country, and you make all the go before. Pauper, Lago for better. Because of time, I want to go to India, but I just want to say thank you. So now all for come grace this occasion for welcome Una Yo Peking. I want to say thanks to all the people that way don't count. These are good people then. They don't have all which they do, they don't count for grace this occasion there. So I'll make them all stand up and give them a round of applause for clap for them. All stand up. So Mr. Chairman, I want to say thank you again and thank you very much. Pauper. Lago for better. One chief minister, one Lago town, one chief minister, one state house, one mother view, one country, one people. I thank you, and God bless Inshallah.
But this man, this Munku bad man here, every Moyo.
One chief minister.
One money.
Okay. One madabio.
One looting.
One country.
One eating. One pocket.
One Fatima bill. Don't have buy much.
But this guy, he be Munku, look back. Look in face right now, we don't woju, we don't fresh.
Look, Aliu team that's a bunch of Munku them. You think for the Sandio, the Lima, you know, Lima said people get one picture where in Accra with scrap. You know say man get nakni.
Pastor, you tell me so now.
Don't you get Sandy, Bobo Jogland? Where in the step now people then document to the shoe because real shoe, you get shoe, you get shoe.
Okay.
But when they wear a pen with scrap, you get the Fernando cap.
It better when this video done. People they say, "Look, end the video, Mr. 1% in video because he's a very poisonous guy." Mr. 1%.
These are the people that always say that they can't fight corruption.
Mm-hmm.
These are the people that always say that they can't lock loopholes them. These are the people that always say that they can't take salone into new direction. These are the same people that always say that they can't make life easy for we inside we had, not knowing that the opposite would say life they can't difficult for we inside we had. Somebody when they fight corruption, now they talk about 1% so.
No, not so bad. Not so
trust?
bad. That is not so corruption. Then call our person not slap me for that order. But the guy say low fight corruption. Then at the end of the day, it's a low. If you take 99% to use that 21%. I wonder how much percent in don't take so right up and corruption business.
Well, you don't take percent first and the rest business. It take percent per some money. Now you don't take other
That
percent.
rest day, I think the caretaker, the mammy, the chief minister, then just Sheba with Timbo, where now they use for make the sacrificial lamb. Then just Sheba. But anyway, we not talk about that because anti-corruption self nobody case. Then see the rest. After then see the rest, then put another wire house. Now then take and they all then Sheba. We can understand. You know see
But not
Francis.
only nobody case. Say they say get inside the share.
Well,
Let's
I
get to
even
the
know.
point.
Now make I say then Sheba. You know see Ben. He really trusted the fella in him. Very Ben. Very Ben. But this not the corruption with the first inside we had. Then they take the previous government, put them in case they issue in a fanner, follow the see them. Then they under the fanner, they eat all the rest ready for them. Then the fanner down and they you see the rest, they go up. The way they gonna go and pass the way then the fanner inside the fanner.
But you know say na the biggest excuse we then get for anything where they want play dabaru inside we had. Then they go take from the former government. Then begin to paint things them where they make we reflect we mind day. As we don't turn to face day, they can't pass beer we treat it again for pass with. At the level of the new direction, this what we vote for. Una de no more na the cost. Now the corruption this one Mr. 1% they say that they can't fit. Una the cost man them. We then give 10. He puts 9, he only 1. Are you serious?
For the first corruption, bro.
Now the level is all the better.
At least we dey use 99, then we put the one in our pocket.
Okay, we're fighting corruption. No problem.
So they take the one, put on our pocket, we use the 99. We better, we try. We try. But the last government really corrupt too, not corrupt. Money lost.
Yes. If you really corrupt too, it corrupt and make sure for spend money per road and where they use rights now. And they say that they can't give you water now. Cottage, where you go
okay, well, when the 50 bag rest, not when we picking and eat son at school. You know, here the caretaker then they say where then they do school feeding at some parts in the country. You know, here where you go at Uncle Lily. Now the rest, that 50 bag we lost. Now we give them back.
So they take some for give police and soldier. They say they compensate them
for the Ramadan. They give them sooner coffee for the Ramadan.
God.
Yes.
God forgive them wire.
No, that in a small number we take. We just take 25. The balance we take out. We don't shape them. 9 the school feeding and eat still. Not open bad.
The people that they wire not even for make we take with decision come 2023. But if God only say the older wire for we, I wonder how some my papa go dey.
Not funny, eh? But anyway, you know think say we for the good on small. I feel one drama. I feel one drama. You know think say Lord they go know how to listen to you.
Let we go.
How they go, my brother?
Yeah. As then they come, who with them? Well, the people, this is a very big one. The main target of the night, I think so. Something happened very shortly, 98.1. When me and you, no they ever believe waiting happen. And I think say, before we dey jump into that discussion, the proper one, because me when they talk to you, so I get high interest over this particular issue. Interview be go on inside 28.1 between the Carafilo and the Africanist press, Cherno. This interview will start with Mabel and James.
I don't get you.
The interview, it starts with Mabel. I don't say get for ask because the person we are called, can't say you ain't get something you get for can't talk.
You know, the only thing I go talk, the all my colleague them.
Well, now let me tell you how the interview starts. The interview between the Africanist press Carafilo and Chernobyl, it starts with Mabel and end with Asma James. But the Dabaru and Rikishiwe play inside that interview, before we can punch them, let me give you another video, let me listen for yourself before we can inside.
Well, the audit service don't do tremendously well over the years, because if we look at the content of the GTT report, you look at the content, most of the discussion we have with the COI, Commission of Inquiry, got to do with the primary material from the audit service. It's a wonderful job. But a few days ago, you see how officials of the government were even, and the agents, they even been attacked the audit service. But moving from there, audit service, they capture the entire financial arrangement of the country. Now, a sampling of sectors, okay? In the case of the office of the chief minister, as you highlight, the audit service looked for 2019. Our report captures not just 2019, but the entire 2.5 years of the Marabiyo administration. Let's say going to 3 years now, from 2018, August 27, where the accounts will talk about the begin operating, because there are many things we need to highlight before we talk about procurement in this case. Issues of legality, as you mentioned. So, two things occur to me. It's either the audit service was not provided with all of the material of audit, and then you talk about this, the unwillingness of public officials to submit themselves to real scrutiny by the audit by government auditors or the audit service. Secondly, the failure of public officials to respond to management queries by the audit service. These are all in the audit reports from 2015 to now, or you go back to any other period, or you look at the recent one. These are all reflected there. So the audit service, if there are reports or indications of issues where we report that the audit service not capture, it could be a number of other things. One, possibly the office of the chief minister not provide some of this material to them. And secondly, we cover a time period that stretches beyond 2019. So there are things that we have highlighted which the audit service may not have looked at as of now, or that they might look at in the future.
Mr. Ba, there are also
may have
allegations that
in
you
the
have
process
been paid
because
for
government
some of them work here so we they do. How true is that?
Say the question again.
There are allegations also that then they pay you for do them publications. They pay you and your team, the Africanist press, for some of their publication they are so way una they do. How true is it?
Would that the pay we? Waited in the pay we. What does that mean?
Una self they into corrupt practices also.
because we highlight evidence of corruption in the Marabiyo administration, and we talk about these issues. Government will talk to them committed to be scrutinized and committed to fighting corruption and graft and reduce public spending and close leakages. When a journalist or a group of research institutions like ours highlight some of these inadequacies or question marks on the way they manage public finance, so that means that somebody they pay with. It gets at the question of what are the questions? The question here for us is whether the government is committed. So we are not receiving money from any. No. I've answered that question from the beginning. Tell you say there are people involved in this who are not Sierra Leoneans. But that's why I told you, don't look at the question as me, Chernobyl, because that's the thing. I see these people writing about Chernobyl. They don't go to the point of even saying I'm a Guinean. When we come to the office of the chief minister, I want to raise this question before we forget about it, because when the discussion is spread all across the place with the time for missed issues. Number one, what is the importance of this publication for the office of the chief minister, where we are saying 34 billion leones has been spent on irregular procurement and also on travel per diem? I have seen responses around the fact that this is parliament approval. But let me say this. Much of that expenditure, if you look at the report, much of that expenditure went to the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation. what you have to understand is that the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation is not even a legal it's not even a legal entity. Like how you get a government agency, for example, like EDSA, or you get the NPPA, or you get Guma Valley, where they are government agencies established by an act of parliament. DSTI is not established by parliament. It cannot receive money on its own from the public budget. The only difference between DSTI and the Office of the First Lady is because the government take the expenditure of DSTI, put it under a supposed ministry, the Office of the Chief Minister. So you people have to look at this report on the basis of the illegality of the funding in the first place. A government agency, while the president gets the power to appoint anybody into any office, but an institution, when an institution they operate like DSTI, the structural arrangement in the first place is even illegal because it's not established by an act of parliament. So which means that much of 60 to 70% of the expenditure we talk about in the office of the first. That's what I'm saying. If it's operating as an agency, as a directorate, it can either be a directorate under the Ministry of Higher Education and Science and Technology.
We try for wrap up
then
this
you
interview.
get the director.
Mr. Ba, we try for wrap up this interview now. So let me look at the in the publication also. You make mention of 20 CSOs and also 20 journalists within at the payroll of the government. How when we will see that you publish the list today?
There is no publication in which I mentioned that. I said in a radio interview, in a TV, in an online radio interview, that many of these journalists, for example, when they go on a radio, they go on Facebook, they write, say, they call with names. One of the one we just write, like News 24, they write this banner headline, say, me na a Guinean and Sierra Leonean. When in actual fact, I was born in Makini, raised there, went to school there, my papa are born, my mama are born. You call me Guinean because I write about type of a government of a country in which I'm born. You call me a foreigner because of that one. You try to take me citizenship. You don't understand?
So you say you not ever say that?
There is nowhere in the Africanist press report, I say this, there is nowhere in any publication which we said that I said, when we look at public financial records in Sierra Leone, okay, I see a number of names of individuals that call themselves civil society and organizations that receive money from government. Okay, in the publication in which we have just published, we show how the government even spend money on media agencies outside of Sierra Leone. For example, you see the Beyond World Studio, which is a group of journalists and researchers where they do public relations for governments and across the world, in which they paid them to facilitate meetings for make the president of Sierra Leone meet with Bill Gates, for example, for making them participate at the Goalkeepers Conference.
Well, now this now happened inside 98.1 recently. But before they go deep into this discussion, we they see say una when they watch this program, una plenty pass the likes them. We are una help we press the like button. So we they able to see how una self get interest on waiting we they do. So now Aliu, let me go proper into this discussion. Yeah? This not the interview will happen. When two people conduct this interview.
Yeah.
But you see the one person how biased she is, and the other person it try in level best for be transparent over this and for be neutral, which I believe say na so a journalist and reporter for behave na any radio or TV station.
So Uda bias and Uda not bias.
Then let me just come to the one we not biased, because in your own fight for talk at the end of the day we dey come to the one we biased. Now Mabel na start this interview when it do into a very professional level. Yeah, when me and you they able to understand the message where they try for send out. When me and you they try for understand the message where they try for gets from with what I win at Cherno. And I believe say now so a journalist and a presenter for behave now any radio station I repeat and TV station. You a journalist or presenter, you not for facts for your selfish interest, or you enroll na a party because of your reason. That we know everybody na a right for then a particular party, but then can say I will call radio station or TV station when you work there, you get for be neutral. It just sound like me and you two. we go get who that we like. But when we come at this platform, we dey try for be straightforward for serve with people and genuinely 50-50 where they know the see na no other angle. That's not the thing where Mabel try for display today, which I get big respect for him. Now we jump to Mabel and come to his sister when Asma James. To start with Asma James, now a disgrace story inside we had because some of them things are what they do as a presenter, not to today they begin do them. But he don't do it, he don't come at the lights now. When we don't see him say, he bias, he not transparent, he don't get the country at heart.
Justin.
No, I know they allow you.
Justin, this na me
I
boss.
know they allow you. Yeah? What you go able to tell me now, yeah? Now I know the side where you want come, right? These people where they talk about now you colleague them. Some of them now you boss them, I can understand. But me self get me you boss them. But I tell you earlier, when me and you sit on here, we they talk things them where they serve with people, we they go straight to the point. Nobody know the side, nobody are. So I know they even allow you for say a word into this particular discussion. Left give me a cat today. This are the handler, not to you talk. Just sit down, fold your hand like they follow us like who person they feel cool and listen. Maybe after this, you go get the way for advice you boss or you colleague them. I know they laugh with you. So many people will allow go straight to the point. This lady will call himself James. Now all don't listen. How he interviewed brother when at Cherno. Look the silly questions them. Where he even they ask that gentleman, where he as a presenter not even supposed for ask them question there. How you they go ask Cherno for say who that's the pair? But I do like the way Cherno answer him. He said get some back talk the way me okay with. And then you they go ask the man say waiting in again on this way he they do. Asma, we know say right now, most of the journalists and the presenter then, don't change the narrative of journalism inside we had because they receive package from the government, they take contract them from the government, not get the country at heart, not love this country, not want make this country go before, all waiting want, now for make bank account they boom every day and night, where the majority they suffer. How could you ask certain question to this man when you see this man don't publish in your report them? The government, the government, nobody not able to stand and defend what the man talk. Oh, now you the send, you they fail. Now you the send, you know they succeed. Now we don't see you don't put on the green because of the contract they want they sign undercover to this government. How you they go ask them question they are to somebody where they try for fetch for the nation, to somebody where they try for pull the things them, where the people are they hide from with the citizens them, to somebody where they try for disgrace the people where they take with the taxpayers their money, for lavish them how they want. How you they try for talk to this man this way, to somebody where come and talk to the first lady when we don't come out say he know they receive money from the government coffer. Now he don't come and prove this woman wrong when this woman self not able to challenge this man. Asma, why? Why not for be selfish? And you be a new, now you colleague. Why, Asma? No, look the other thing will happen inside this. The man they try for talk of names is so interested on that particular issue there because he feels say in your name they can inside it. Check not they try for talk for journalists them and civil society. Let me just judge on the civil society. Of course, we know we don't get civil society again as salone. We don't get civil society. Now, civil siders them we get. People the way they side this government from bad way than they do. Because waiting and measure to asthma, now the same thing the civil society they do. Most of them, 99.9% of the civil society they will get inside we had, then they take contract them from this government. Then they take brown envelope. So they all set them up. Because we don't see who said the civil society have the act. When the former government begin them on the platform for talk what they want, for do what they want to do, they left them because now they're right for talk. We don't see now the SLPP, civil society, some of them even go, they pick themselves with surnames, they go form the young cabal for defend the SLPP of what they do. But with the people of Sierra Leone, where they deal with, we're not full. We don't see now the glass is too transparent, no place to hide. And then asthma, you know the possibility and saying, we know you did 98.1 for defend SLPP government because what you again, even the way a manner way they talk, when they talk to Cherno, the way a manner, when this lady they interview this gentleman, he just stand like when Lailo Eslima they interview Cherno, or a minister of information they interview Cherno. You not even put on attitude or ethics them like say you na presenter or you na journalist. This is a big shame to 98.1. Some of una kind them, una need for freedom, una watch them kind of program una they present, una sign, say, una for resign from una job them. Una not deserve them sit there, una can sit up for interview people there. If you not saying a politician, not work in a radio station. If you not saying a politician, not be a presenter. If you not saying a politician, not put you hand for anything when I'm broadcasting something. If you not saying a politician, not even kind of social media for talk anything about government. Go dance to the politics. Aliyu, hold on. I know what you want to talk and I know the angle we want to come from. Hold on. Hold on. Now you colleagues them know. Now make a change this no say. Me self get me on boss them. But when you come for talk the truth, we dey talk am. Today on day, this na set much for you because I know say the angle where I come up from, it even shock because I don't know when they say fire come up you na the water side. When you feel say they go get water from water, now the angle I come up you today. So they are me brother. I know say not feel good. It dey pain you, but patience me. They are big. Look at me people. Now, if we like this program, and if we come to the comments now, they talk about asthma. We understand now. Asthma interview. Cherno when the Carafilo, the man, the Moses. In fact, I call this man the Moses. He just standard where we call Tawase now the rescue inside SLPP for we the people of Sierra Leone. Now, so we get this man when a Cherno from the Africanist press, when the Moses. Music mean the way they say, send another Moses, oh, Daddy God, send another Moses. Now the Moses is what God sent for we. Inside we have for can say we. Asthma James, now this man one can play with, we self not they play with you. We know say if you come at the genuine way, you can have the genuine way. And I talk to you earlier, they talk to Asthma.
No wait, they say last sit down they watch you, like can't sit down they watch you so.
So just sit down. Asthma. If you not get nobody for can challenge, if you not get nobody for can pull Wam Aspa are not pissing at to Cherno. Asma, why not pull Wam Aspa, First Lady? We take money, go Labisham. Ebo Asma, why not pull Wam Aspa and caretaker? When they pan build estate in another man country, you want to tell me say no, you know, but you know go talk up because you they receive what you they receive. Asma, why make you not come and talk to Ben Kelfala? We get issues them for address, but you know they address them. Asma, why you not come and talk to Chief Minister? When they Chief Baku expect them, when they come for school feeding, Chinese people they look with them sorry for we. They send all that here for make we can manage your life. Then take her the Shiva. Asma James, why? Why you not can talk to the SLDP? That kind rough way you talk to Cherno. Now Cherno one can challenge, we not agree for you. Because Cherno, as it stand right now, now the Moses will get inside we had. The one they will send you. Go tell them back, see, make them come front Cherno. The one they will send you, go tell them, see, Cherno get another mouthpiece them, we stand by Anam. As long as this man they try to deliver for we, as long as this man they try to rescue this country, as long as this man they try to take we in the right direction where the SLPP promise we say, then they can't take we, where they don't miss the direction. God send this man for we, for go to another direction. If you now you then send, go back, go tell you one the way send you say this battle are not able to succeed them because this battle not to only Cherno the first time, it gets other people there where they help them for this battle too. And you not cry, I don't know, now cry they cry or waiting.
You don't deal with me waiting then too much. But anyway, thank you. People don't feel the same pain where you feel so right now. And then say you they speak their mind and then feel the same way Asma have been they talk to I call him Cherno this morning. Okay? So I'm not going to attempt to put my mouth on that talk there because I don't declare I'm already say this person here what they talk about so be once done be my boss. You know, I don't work with them, you know, and they maybe self, I don't work with them, I don't give them some technical thing. But I'm not going to attempt to say anything. I'm not going to attempt. But like you say no more, maybe yes, you try and do a very good job. Now they know
you do a perfect job. You do a professional job. You do a professional job in this particular interview. But wait till me say therefore tell you now, as me own colleague who represents this issue, as me own colleague, where we there now we had for talk about things that we straight. I don't say they feel pain right now, because whenever then they talk about your former boss or your former colleague, so the usage of it on the between, you say not expect it in the commodore angle. I know, but I think if you get any way for call you, your colleague, your former boss, your former colleague, you are call her and tell her, say, make it go back to the one that we send and say, me justice say, make it go back to the one that we send them. This battle, it's too small. And it's more skill like me, so now so we set the stand behind Jerno. Let me tell you about people that way God they send for first battle where they succeed. Normally they will not kill your body. You see how Jerno tiny like me now? I want to let you afraid. Broomstick way small where they wap you time. Depend they enter my body. But when broomstick big they wap you time. Depend on the bonus side. So do you have me brother? And they plead to you now, you know me brother. Not to say I do bad to you today, but they are talk to you, colleague. Make a reverse back and go tell you on the reason and say, share no in your case, you know the Ebola. But before we grab here, we get another thing. Hey God, we had the people that go like we say we had
Quick.
things that they where be they happen, where we feel say now genuine things them, bio it not be genuine. Me people them, we get something they can't play for now. This thing they can't try for clear points for we. We be they see we caretaker, we they go on meetings them. Even at one time we go meet Bill Gates. We may feel say na invitations them. Una they can't surprise for no say. Chief Minister, according to the information we gather, now Chief Minister be they pay money for some of them meetings there. We caretaker be they go out, be they even take per diem, like say if they go do something for represent we had. Now Chief Minister be they pay money, they take away your money, and they pay for make it paint the caretaker like say now invite them, they invite them on their program. But before they rub mouth inside the better one, make we play something. So now go understand what they try for talk.
And I did my primary school and secondary school in Sierra Leone. I was fortunate to come to the United States where I did my first and second degrees. And I said to myself, I'm going to change Sierra Leone. I started first with a business and I ended up just employing 1,000 people. I said, this is not enough. This is not what I want to do. I have earned my degrees in one of the best countries in the world. I have to change Sierra Leone. The audacity that I wanted to do, I could not do as a businessman. So I decided again to try politics. It was quite difficult. You can't do politics without money, and I didn't have it. So the capital for politics anywhere in the world is the people. The people are the ones that make the decision as to who leads, especially in a democratic dispensation. So I got around and got a message for them that resonates very well with them and sits very well with everybody. I want to develop this country, but I know that development is about people and it's for people.
So yeah.
Well, maybe people are like that too. Now this they happen inside we had. Pay to him papa for making papa popular. Meaning Rasta he collect pay from caretaker because of the channel where him be don't get with Bill Gates. For una wanna be understand, this man with a Rasta, if they work some of the technology area them where Bill Gates
I want to develop this country.
They be don't sabi themselves and Bill Gates. So at least that relationship be done between themselves. You know? So now we don't know where to make caretaker call this Rasta man for can get a position. At least he is able to sell them to some of them people there. So I don't know what you think. But this one where they happen, where we not even know when a Rasta for go moderate this particular program.
Well, I did a thief deal. Because Rasta take money for go pan this business here, then get per diem and all things together with the caretaker. Whilst then be don't arrange with this company, the PR company, for arrange this kind talk show for them. Because now like where you do go pay for talk show na radio station, television station, na like this. Now the initial term them just tell we like for say this year they invite them and not cost them anything, and just invite them for go give public speaking on this kind of thing. Come on, can you imagine? Caretaker say the time where he come out, we go study, and then he come back now we had he employ 1,000 people. And this is the last time we play this program, so even before China they come up with the kind of thing. I remember, so we don't play this kind of thing.
Yes, of course.
If you search for we programs them, you go see this particular side. Usai the caretaker, they talk about this particular thing. So 1,000 people and when you say employ. For God's sake, we dey expect say, because one time in the way the information minister tell we say most of the trip the way the caretaker they go, most of the side the way they go na invite and some 10 day na the people themselves they pay for them. But look at this thing, we just dey notice say na pay for let go talk.
Man, they pay for popularity now.
Yes.
We are.
So what are the benefits we'll get out of this? After millions of dollars, billions where they spend per kind of thing there. So what do we get? You know what do we get? They get some according to Africanist press, then get PR farm them where they try for wash their character outside. Now the reason this way make most of them babala corruption where they come out. So if you watch an international media, they know they take up, they know they pick them, they know they discuss them. Because then they pay money for that. Then they pay money for waiting and call for let them wash them, for let them clean their image. Whereas the image in actual reality is very dirty. So you see, I think say this like some of the things in this way we they look at Bill Gates, for example. Then call Cancidom. They're all not the same thing no more. From where they go on this technology, waiting don't come. Waiting don't come.
The network business
normally I think we will come to that the gist now. When you the order, you the procure service, it's supposed to be competitive bidding. Yeah, if you say for the security of we can take, okay, fine. How many of them think they also wanna go where they're not doing a competitive bidding for them? You just go, you take this, say, okay, you know the PR company you want, you can make for me this thing. I call that one day corruption to the highest degree. Yeah, then the procurement somebody they talk about say it get right for do all of the kind of thing in there. So you see, now the kind of thing this what they talk. Anyway, so let we run down small. Let we go inside the how they call them the NPPA, how they call them National Public Procurement Authority, as them be the try for wash the chief minister. By the way, chief minister China talk about almost 34 billion leons. You know where it don't spend from the time where they come na office to now, where they don't spend pam PR, per DM, pam beaucoup travel le no more fun office furniture, buy motorcar and all of them things in there. And according to this post where they can talk, so listen and find where you go notice say all of the procurement where the chief minister do all are restrictive procurement. Which means say they not do competitive, they not open them, then just choose who that they want for choose. So then can pay any money to this company and then forget about that. Now agreement, I can meet justice adjustable. I want you do this thing for me, but I want you right say now 5 million. Whereas now in actual sense something now 2 million you take. So now the thing this way really they happen. You understand? So let we see. Let we play this one where the NPPA be come up and talk about the different things them where then try for defend and clean the image of the chief minister. Will they come back just now?
I just want for put things straight as a regulatory institution. When MDAs want for buy, do they come to us seek clearance? Yes. Then they come to we for seek clearance. And when we then seek clearance to we, you get different methods than what they use for the procurement. Yeah, you can do the default method when a open tender. And at the same time, the NPPA get the powers. I just want to read sections of the Act. Section 14.3 of the Act. Subject to Section 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, and 46 of this Act, the authority may endorse and give approval for the use by a procurement committee of a procurement method or methods other than competitive bidding, where the approval requirement of the procurement entity is in the opinion of the authority merits such endorsement and approval. Now, me sitting as chief executive, the law give me the mandate in an event an MDA want for buy any item in this country and see the level of urgency or not urgency, he writes to me and asks, okay, I want to do sole source, I want to do restrictive tender, I want to do open tender, reduce for me instead of 4 weeks, reduce for me for 2 weeks. reduce for me for 3 weeks. I have the mandate and power based on this law for approved. So procurement is not just by open tender. You can do sole source is approved. As long as it comes to my office and we look at the merit of your justifications, if we approve them, it is applied and approved by law.
So in this case, the Chief Minister in office, where we see the Africanist press rights board, and the state say over 30 billion loans they will then use on procurement, where documents are not able to lay hands on them as to how they will do that procurement. The owner office aware of that procurement, say where the office of the Chief Minister do?
Some few months in July, the office of the Chief Minister wrote to me with a minute requesting approvals for various things then. Yeah. I want to just tell you. Permanent Secretary, Office of the Chief Minister, State House, 30th July. This was my reply. Request for no objection to use restricted bidding for the construction service, purchase of vehicle, replacement of furniture fittings and IT equipment in the Office of the Chief Minister and its IT Directorate. This was approved by me. Yeah. And in this same letter, I just want to read down. Based on all the above, NPPA endorses the use of restricted bidding in accordance with Section 41B and 42.2 of the Public Procurement Act 2016. You may ensure that the selected bidder do not share common ownership and that there is no collusion among the bidders also. Above all, due diligence must be paid to prices quoted in the NPPA most recent price norm as well as the prevailing market price. So even when we give them approval, we tie them to a price norm. So every of the purchase will happen within that procurement process was tied to this price norm when about fourth quarter.
So, Mr. Swaye, you make strongly on enforcing the price norms. But when a purchase is there cannot be done, the price is different. So how you they enforce them price norms there?
That's where most times people don't understand. It's not possible for we give approval to any entity when we realize the commonly used items within our price norm, that price is far above the prices. It's not possible.
You can monitor
everything that comes, we pay attention to prices. I want to be very, very honest here. We pay attention to prices and we look at items by items. So, yes, we not tell you say sometimes if in order now we come with price norm. If in order now price norm, then it becomes a challenge. Then make if you watch every price norm will come out. Every price norm will include other items that will say in a challenge them. It started with third quarter 2018 and up to this 2021. If you watch the first publication we'll do and this publication we'll do now, you find out say from the first publication to this publication now, we don't get more than 100 or 150 new items included in the price now.
So, sir, you think say the Africanist press pull this because they show them documents them where they show the prices where they call where they say the prices they're inflated.
If we go now to this approval I gave, yes, I gave an approval for the purchase of vehicles and IT equipment. In the office of the presidency, there are certain things where, of course, the law give we the mandate for give restrictive or sole source. The law, because it boils around security-related issues. Like some of the IT issues we then do, and the minute we come to me was clearly for the office of the president in setting the IT infrastructure. And if then they set the IT infrastructure for the office of the president, of course that is security. I will not allow them to go in an open tender. So when they send them, I read the minute, I saw the justification, I gave the approval. And for the vehicles in question, those vehicles, when they ask we that they want for buy vehicle for the directorate of IT, in we price norm, the proud way they at that time in we price norm is 580 million. This price norm, fourth quarter 2018 price norm. Then when you watch at the prices, when look the price now, this is the contract signed. Because when they sign the contract, every contract they sign, they send to us copy of that contract. Yeah. In the prices, when they do shopping, when they ask for this approval, then do window shopping. And then when they do window shopping, their prices, of course, may be slightly below the price. Say, for instance, the Prado in question, in our price norm, it's 580 million. In their own total purchase, the price is here, now 564,375,000. You can see, this is the contract.
Wow, for clean the chief minister, easy. You know, where something done dirty, don't rusty. For clean them back, easy. You get for fan boku chemical them for clean them. And you wear the cleaner, you get for use all of your energy for clean them. And you see the guy is trained for able for defend the chief minister. You know, most of the things the way they talk about, now things the way he say he sign, where the thing where the chief minister talk about. Like I mean, they tell you all of waiting the chief minister say now a restrictive bidding, you know, procurement. Now one can just decide say now you for sell, give me this. And now you are the buy too. Like where any mama able can go mama able tigi not to you. Like where any so he, in fact the name them okay, like where any Aliu Kamara, how you call that?
Man, what you make it for the draw example, but you self when they investigate picture frame, you dey go and draw example to people there. Anyway, go ahead.
Like any Ali, we could just go na shop number say I dey go buy something. You understand, eh? So, but I don't know. This thing is really fearful. But then continue for go down and ask him say, what about the office of the first lady? He say he not going for comment on that day. The mommy, me na that ain't surprise me at all because the chief minister all man knows na Mr. 1%, so they not go to labor on him. Me say not the labor on him too much. Why the mommy area na no go area? Why all man afraid for talk about the mommy issue?
Yeah, well, I get afraid because when you think of the chief minister, now therefore you call this part chief minister, not chief minister. They don't pull nado am. The same way pull nado Mr. Choke and do na. But you pull nado am in the good way of fighting for we country. Chief minister. You know, say in the special advisor force for caretaker bill. Here the many students tell caretaker bill na nef court. Because we know say a chief minister, a ministerial position, a payback. Caretaker. You know? And so can get speaking in our school sometimes. I make not to all the results. You begin to just pull in a school. He say, Mama, today na me can second. You dance so go na school, go check. And take an apollo, put certain books to make you read them. Therefore tell you say, not to all PhD, because we know they call it again PhD. Not all qualifications, so man they can bring in front of you, say, na he get, you trust them all. Some of them get them qualification, they are people, they don't know able to deliver. Because they don't merit them at all, they don't work for them, they don't deserve them. They get some of them qualification there because of influence. They get some of them qualification because of cordiality. Now in display today from the caretaker to chief minister or not chief minister. Now be lecturer if they can grade them. We be know. So if himself can get this opportunity for be caretaker, he call chief minister for let they all can help it. Me brother, I don't know labor so not even ask.
You don't call this man chief minister. Now my guy they laugh at no side see don't Anyway, I think say we don't try you. Let's make something very clear. I get a professional background in the field of journalism. The last time I work, they trained me serious one. Like the Anti-Corruption Commission gets something where they say declaration of interest. You know, we get waiting and call. If you get something where na your interest area, if you make we know. When I work for BBC Media. So basically, if I get a company, you know, I declare, I'm say I get this thing here, so where I they work with. Now in case anything get for do around me work na that side they no say me do this kind of thing here and I get business with that. Waiting at the try for each tone. Now when it comes to the issue of asthma, we Justin talk about so, I make them very clear, say I'm not go talk about them because then get waiting and call conflict of interest. So instead of me discuss them, Justin go handle that particular area there and exactly that Justin do so. So I know one for tal like Ben Kelfala, we go come out and begin defend. We the defend very indefensible, you know. So now the cause then they we make you know like avoid that particular thing they, you know, not only like for say afraid. No, I'm not afraid nobody, but I think say we get that kind of thing they then teach me how to do that. They like Tawa Sidoya yesterday. And they tell we say a bank manager now teach them how to be a professional. Now teach them how to stand up for something. So yes, myself I get this professional background where teach me how to, you know, declare conflict of interest. So you know go instead of I begin talk something where you know go like I keep off and allow somebody else for handle that kind of thing. There are things in exactly that we do so because we had not left nothing unturned. We not left nothing, everything within inside. We angle, we deal with that.
No stone or dust on turn. We did turn all thing.
So now the reason that one day, yeah. So thank you very much. You do a very good job, but I will still tell you say the person we be talk about now be my boss.
And then I give assignment now for call the boss and tell them maintain as a presenter, not to as a supporter of a particular government.
I think so I be trainer, you know, before I left, I decided for left. I train people, I train journalists them, I mentor people them, you know, na the field of journalism before ever. So you all mentor me boss back?
Of course. Sometimes the boss can forget. Boss they cheat Bobo, they become professional and perfect past the boss. So at the end of the day, you they begin to direct the boss back, waiting for you. It not mean say nah any other thing. Now so God make
I get me own boss them way they teach me. So I go tell a lady mentor instead of me go mentor
No, maybe then go get a fairness or you don't know if not the only at the brown envelope, then have not seen the right thing with the happen.
No.
So since you know then at the brown envelope right now you right for make you still do the same. It doesn't mean.
Okay. Anyway, you were the watch we in our Facebook. You were the watch we in our YouTube. Please una hit for the like button, the reaction button then. If you're new to this channel, we want to say welcome. Please, one way where you go to able for be part of the show. Now for knock for we the subscribe button. Okay, press for we the subscribe button. Let no knock your phone just so you book them. Press for the subscribe button and then you turn on the notification bell so anytime when we post a video on this channel you will get notification and able for follow it. This now we had Wednesday and Sunday we can always come with a program where we call Blue Mind. This now a program where you do get the chance for do a live video or audio WhatsApp call and then you add your voice inside this particular program where we call Blue Mind. And then we had a normal we can count them. Initially, now be 1 time per week or Saturday. Now go 2 time per week. Now cut them back to 1 time per week. Now cut out to the thing don't boku so much that now every day. Then they make with the tire so you do this done. The on. So Blue Mind come to you tomorrow Wednesday 3 p.m. You go call and then you blow your mind inside the program. But I want to make mention or reference to something yesterday. And not be here waiting that caller we been the try for talk very harsh to me be last talk. I've been very calm and be myself for able for talk to them and say sorry even when I not been supposed to say sorry to them because waiting we advertise now we celebrate this particular honorable. But we try for waiting. But I think say something there where he later come and talk where now the issue. Oh, very, very sorry. Okay. So one thing the way he talk where some way people can pick up from down there now that if we na label and indicate tree all of them things and they maybe we want to forget something from Tower. You know, if I be here that one day, I for be don't cut them off instant. And I want to make this very clear, say, in as much as we there also for do this program for people but we not go still allow anybody for talk to we like for say na in the main way. You understand? We want to be very, very good, very, very good in everything. So we want to tell you thank you, plenty, thank you. Yes, Mama Gaik, the battery they go down low. Yes, not true. And that make we want stop for use this because the camera way we been the use instead of the run out. So that make we the stop for use waiting with the use so now. Where we get the required thing where we want, we get a very serious camera where we go put and go all day long without any problem. So yes, una thank you. You don't understand support for we. You don't they make sure say we get something, you know, as we one of we viewers say we daily bread or we earn to more equal and normal. But we want for tell una plenty thank you because una don't really prove say una the support we for those very very good thing. And the polo, the t-shirt, sorry the polo, the Lacoste, the watch and the cap they still. You want you can call we now WhatsApp number +2327 7942147 and then we can arrange that one. The people that don't begin buy. Somebody don't really buy, don't pay for the full sets. Somebody don't really pay for the full sets. Yeah, we tell them plenty. Thank you, we appreciate them. But it do something again. You know, he buy this thing, and not only buy them, like somebody will say, I buy this thing and send her for me at this address. Guess what he say? He say, I buy this thing, but I donate them back to you. So now, well, we self no go one for use that day. We they look for way where we go give them out to people. But well, we will find ways, we will find idea around that one day. But no say no more, we don't get one set, watch, Lacoste and cap, where somebody don't buy, it get to we. Well, before we get to you, we get for do something. Sometimes we go look at certain things them way, but we don't get idea yet, to go find idea. And then we go able to come up to una and tell una. But I just want you know that no more. Plenty thank you to all the one who don't support you. God bless we all. We love you so much. Please continue for share. You already watch we right now on our Facebook. We find out say plenty people they watch, but the likes really small. Like this particular program if you appreciate what we do. If you appreciate the kind of way how Justin do this program today. Because if you find out from the top of the program now Justin, now in tell when for play this, when for do this. Now in get this program today. Now a deliberate act for Justin alone handle this program. Thank you very much, my brother.
You're welcome, my brother.
So you said we don't take the time for watch me for the rest.
You're welcome, my boss.
Thank you very much for where you don't take your time for watch the rest of the program. We appreciate you so much. We hopefully do that so tomorrow, 3 p.m. for talk about waiting the money you inside the program called Blow Mind. Justin, Mama guy don't tell we say the battery don't go down. So make quickly the battery no left free.
Well, I don't get much again for say as I don't tire now, myself one rest. I just want for joining you and say plenty thanks to the people and all way there be we were making call with backbone inside this program, with backbone on this channel, with backbone where once now they get good production, where then they give it the AFAF supports them. We want for tell now plenty thank you. Whenever they come and like, comment, subscribers them, you know, now they take on time, see in front of on television, then they watch what they go on. We tell now also plenty thank you. The only thing we at the end with, as my brother say, this channel we know they encourage rudeness. In as much as we try to be professional, when you work out rudeness, before we go into that, if not phone call, we they cut you off. So we know they go on that petty cost. We don't tell us say even though nobody know they expect somebody for attack we answer them. If we answer you, meaning we all on the inside the same bag. So now not forget say tomorrow, now Wednesday, 3 p.m. salon time, we get the big program where we they talk to now when I say they talk to we now Blue Mind. So una not forget tomorrow 3 p.m. Una stay tuned. We they come tomorrow. Bye bye. I love una all.